What? Why is it? Okay, whatever. It's playing Minecraft music. It's alright. Whatever. Okay. There's my stream, guys. Yeah. We actually like this video. What the frick? Can I go to it? Oh, wow. Oh, this is a stream. I'm gonna save it. 100%. That's a good stream. Yeah, like that, like it, like it, like it, like it, like it. I should do that. Oh, look at the water. Wow. That's beautiful. I don't even want to. I don't want to take that off. Okay. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, OBS. Okay, go to docs. Everything I need is in docs. Chat. Okay, chat. Boom. 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 Here's my chats. What is up, guys? Let's go. I'm starting to understand it now a little bit. Alright, chat. I'm gonna be reacting to this video. Alright, guys. I'm gonna react to. Because I wanna. Like, whenever I get on my PC, yeah, we're gonna do stuff. But I also wanna, like, whenever I'm playing videos, like, do, like, reaction. So, I'm gonna be reacting to the Joe Bart video on why he says that he does not believe in God, because y'all know that I am Christian and whatnot, and I guess, you know, because he's into philosophy and all that stuff, that's something that I've kind of wanted to do anyways, just react to philosophical stuff. And I think Joe Bart as a dude is inspirational, with me trying to be inspirational and whatnot, and him like that. I think, you know, me reacting like, yeah, I agree, however this, you know, stuff like that, yeah. Okay, buddy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I low genuinely forgot what morality means. I don't know how I forgot. I've been reminded of this word a few times recently. I forgot what it means though. What does morality mean again? Morality refers to the set of standards, principles, and beliefs that a person or society uses to distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad. It acts as a guide for conduct, encouraging behaviors, foster cooperation, empathy, respect, while discouraging behaviors to cause harm. Okay. Well, I mean, that's different. Like, I don't think that we're particularly handpicked. Because you gotta remember what it says in the Bible, right? Only 1/3 of the people are gonna be going to heaven. Only 1/3, right? And it seems really harsh because we already have bad in us, right? So y'all already know about my what's it called? My analogy, right? Or wait, no, wait, hold on. I forgot. Hold on, chat. I'm really tired right now. Wait, I think I probably should have done this after I woke up, but I really wanted to do this whenever I got my stream working. Okay, it was oh yeah. So we're already like okay, we're born with flesh, and that flesh consumes our body by 60% because our flesh is our skin. I mean, look at him. He has skin, right? We already have flesh, and our skin is our flesh. And in a biblical sense, our flesh is the evil that consumes us, and our flesh is consumed by the seven deadly sins, which is gluttony, lust, envy, pride, greed, anger, wait, there's envy, pride, anger, lust, gluttony, sloth, and greed. Yeah. That's what the seven deadly sins are. And that's what we already do in a daily life. Sloth is laziness, and we just sit there watching TikTok all day. You know, lust is already in our body because we have hormones. Even if we don't even know what that stuff is, it's still there. Anger, right? I mean, bro, has anyone genuinely not been rage baited by a door? I mean, like your shirt gets stuck on the doorknob or the door won't open, or like the door shuts on you and hits you on a bad day. Like, we all get rage baited easily by stuff like that. You know, envy, where, you know, you wish that you had what your friend had and you were upset that they had better, and then like your friend would be bragging to you about what he has, being all prideful and whatnot. And then there's greed, where like, I don't know. I mean, we've all been greedy. I mean, that one's just everywhere. And then you also have, gluttony. Like, whenever your mom has no money and there's a little food in the house and you shouldn't eat, but you just want to anyways because you just want the taste. We automatically do these things on a daily basis, right, chat? We're already consumed up of the 7 deadly sins. So we constantly, consistently do evil in this life, and God knows that. Because the other 40% of us is, our organs, our brain, our heart, and that's our soul. That's inside the flesh. Which is kind of funny if you think about it, that the protection to the soul is the flesh, meaning that the flesh needs the soul and the soul needs the flesh. Which, it's funny how evil and good can help each other, which you learn that in Inside Out. How, the whole time we hate sadness because she ruins everything, just for you to realize that if you just turned the ball around, you would have realized that sadness came with happiness and happiness came with sadness, meaning that we needed it the whole time. So we need our flesh, but we are consumed by more flesh than we are good, and we want to do good more than we want to do bad, but we don't do it more than we do bad. Right? We're evil, and that's the truth. We were born that way. So God made it to where we can make mistakes, where if we do bad, we know what that bad is, and we know that we don't have to do it again, and we shouldn't do it again. That's what a mistake is. Whenever you do something bad, like, oh my God, I don't want to do that again, so you don't. That's called a mistake. It doesn't count. But some people continuously do that over and over and over and over, and some people even know that they're continuously doing it over and over and over, whether they want to or not. And, yeah. So, we have mistakes. But since we continuously do it, that's why Jesus died for our sins. Because he said on the cross, God, please forgive them, for they do not know what they do. That's what he said on the cross. That was his exact words. God, please forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Right? Because we are consumed by evil, and we don't know what we do. And even when we make a mistake, sometimes we don't even know whether it's a mistake or not. So we are evil. So let me ask you a question. If we're all evil, how are we chosen to go to heaven? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Which is, his logistic, we're handpicked because of quote unquote the good that we do in life. We're not perfect, and everyone knows that. We're not perfect. And Jesus doesn't want you to be perfect, because you got to remember, Jesus was human for 33 years. He had friends, girlfriends, he got that drama, he ate food, he even went through breakups and stuff. He had the normal human life, He knows that we're imperfect. But that's what he likes about us, is that we're not perfect. And that's perfect that we're not perfect. So we're perfectly imperfect, and that is just fine. We're perfectly imperfect, and that is pure perfection. God knows that we're not perfect. So if we're all not perfect, how can God pick someone perfect? You can't. So does he have favorites? No, he doesn't. He loves us all equally. So then how does he pick? Does he just roll a number? No, that wouldn't be fair, and he's all about fairness. So then what does he do? Let me tell you what he does. Let me tell you what he does right here, right now. You ready? This is what God does. God, okay, God just wants us to try. And that leads to my marathon analogy. My marathon analogy. I mean, y'all know about this one. Okay? Picture life, these testing grounds right here, as a marathon. In a marathon, you don't want to run so fast that you run out of energy because people will pass you. And if you continue to waste your energy, you'll collapse. You also don't want to walk the entire time, because if you just walk slow the whole time, everyone else will win the race and you'll get like 100th place. No money, and it wasn't really worth it. At least you finished the marathon, but you didn't get what you wanted out of the marathon to begin with. So what do you do in a marathon? Yes, you walk. Yes, you run. But the main thing that you do is jog, at least lightly jog. And I believe that at a jogging pace is 60% in life, which is where our flesh is, 60%. Picture the scale between picture the scale between evil and good, all the way up from 0 to 100. And the middle line is 50%. But how do you even out good and evil between 50% if we're consumed by 60% evil and 40% good? How do you get in the middle of that? You can't start at 60. That's not fair. It's uneven. So let's say you started at 50. That would mean that there would still be 10% extra bad and 40% good. So let's say, picture the scale from this. The bottom is evil and the top is good. Right? You're at the bottom. That's evil. You go up 50%, and you're at the 50% mark of evil. Now, if you go 10 more percent, you've hit that 60% mark of evil, where now you're right in the middle. You go up a little bit more, you're in good. You go down a little bit more, you're in bad. So the lower you are in evil, the worse you are, and the higher you are up to 60, the closer you are to good, so the better that you're doing. I believe in life, we're consistently running at about a 50% pace. Jogging through a marathon, because life is just like a marathon. It's a race, and there's tons of obstacles in that race. There's going to be hardships. There's going to be times in this life where people are going to pass you, and that sucks. Where sometimes your body's going to give out on you, and you just don't think you can go anymore, and you collapse, and you just want to quit. There's going to be some times where you're just going to get random motivation, and you're going to want to use all of your energy, and you get excited, but then you use too much energy, and now you stop. But you still want to do it, but you can't go anymore, and it makes you sad that you can't. There's times in this marathon where people pass you, and you pass people. Sometimes you're glad that you passed people. Sometimes you feel bad for the people that you passed. Sometimes you're upset that people passed you, and sometimes you're glad that they were able to pass you. Life is a journey, a roller coaster, a movie, and a marathon. But especially a marathon is what this movie is. A long, hard marathon that we're running at a 50% pace. And just like how it works in a marathon, as I stated, people will pass you. It's okay when people pass you, because that's how it works. But there's sometimes in a marathon where when someone passes you, when someone passes you, you're not going to be able to get your placement back. Not much in a marathon, but sometimes in a marathon, when someone passes you, you're going to have to run past them. You're going to have to start running. And that's what I believe it is. Slowing down and stopping the race on purpose is evil. Jogging the whole way through the marathon is an average person that does equal amount of good and bad. And running means that you tried, because sometimes in a marathon, people, like, if you really want to get where you want to go in a marathon, Sometimes when people pass you and you don't want to go anymore and you hate it, but you realize it doesn't matter how you feel, it matters what the outcome is. And you realize if you feel this way now and that stops you from passing the guy so that you can get the placement that you want to get, if this stops you and this is the way you feel, imagine the way you feel whenever you fail the race and don't get where you wanted to go and it was all a waste of time. So there's some times where when you're down, you're gonna have to get up. You are. And I mean, that's just how it works. You know, when you get down, you're gonna have to get up. And I personally believe that that's what God wants us to do, is to try. When we get thrown down and we can't take it anymore, people are passing us and you're yelling, God, why? Why is this happening? Why won't it slow down? I just want to take a break. But you got to remember, you signed up for the race. How are you going to complain about the race not slowing when you signed up for it to not slow down? You signed up to be a participant because you wanted to and you knew you could. So why are you going to sit there and let the hardship that you knew was going to come with this bring you down so that you can't go anymore? When you knew you could make it, and all you're going to do is let the negativity get you so that you can't go no more. You can't do that. That's not fair. That's cheating. You're cheating yourself out of a free victory that you knew that you signed up for because you knew that you could make it. This is a really hard marathon. And it may be the longest marathon of your life, but quite frankly, if you blink, you might just miss it. And it's got a lot of hard to it. It's a very hard marathon, I will admit. But sometimes, when you just can't go no more, and it doesn't make sense to go, you just gotta get back up. And it sucks too, and you hate it. Sometimes you know why, sometimes you have dedication why, and sometimes you don't know why, but sometimes you just get back up. And that, ladies and gents, is called trying. When there's no reason and you don't want to, but you still try. You still give it a little. And I believe that's what it is this man's is looking for. Saying that we're going to get handpicked by God. We're not. There may be evil in this world. There may be rights. There may be wrongs. But let's be honest. We're just creatures that don't know no better. Some people commit massacres and don't even realize the harm that they've done. And some people save lives and don't even realize it and hate themselves without even knowing. We'll never know. So why should God handpick us on stuff that we did? And even if we do know, where does that get us? It don't. The stuff God wants to see is the fact that we tried. And that's all that matters. That's who's going to be picked in the long run. Doesn't mean you got to be better. Doesn't mean you got to do good. And doesn't even mean that you got to end it off at not being in jail. Just means try. Try in a relationship. Try in jail. Try in juvie, in prison, in a psychiatric ward, whilst grounded, in detention, in a broken friendship. When life's kicked you to the curb and you just want to kill yourself, get back up and try. When your mom tells you to do the dishes while you were just about to, continue to. I don't want to do them anymore now that she asked me when I was going to do it. Just do it. You were gonna already. You may not want to now, but at least you did it. Just try. Just give a little every day. And I believe that's what you do in the marathon. We are 60%. We are 50% of the way through the 60%. If we give 10%, we'll be up to 60%. Give 10 more percent, we would have passed 10% into 40%. So I believe if we just give 20%, just give 20% every day, that's just enough to prove that we did enough good. Just try and give 20%. That's all God wants to see, is that we gave a little and we tried. Just give 20%. That's all we have to do. And do that enough, and you'll make it. God says, love thy neighbor. God is thankful when you help others. Feed others in need. Care for those who are broken. Feed the ones who are hungry. Take care of his children. You're not just his child. The people you meet are. Thy neighbor is his child. You treat his child good, that's good. Treat your parents with honor, love, respect, that's good. Never hate. One of the first rules you gotta remember in the Bible, you can't hate. Hate is not in God's jurisdiction. Neither should it be in yours. Hate is a strong word, and as they say, you learn this growing up. Learn this growing up. It says, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Right? That's what we learn. And that's it. But they said something not nice because they decided to. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. Well, if they can say it, why can't I? Because you shouldn't. It's going to hurt their feelings. But they hurt my feelings. But why do you have to hurt theirs? Well, I mean, because they hurt me. Imagine how they would feel if they hurt you on purpose and you didn't hurt them back. What? If you hurt them on purpose, they're looking for you to hurt them back. And when you don't, they realize that they just hurt you for no reason. They're a bad person and they just hurt a good person. That's going to hurt them more than if you hurt them back. Wow. Even if it was on accident, if they hurt you on accident, imagine how much that would hurt that you hurt them back. Realizing that they didn't even mean to do what they did, but the way that you reacted is crazy. Nothing you get out of that is good. So he's saying God handpicks individually. Nah. It's up to you if you get picked. Wait. I want to make sure that my mic's working just in case. Hello, is my mic working? Is my mic working? Jaquid! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's Jaquid! Oh my god! Jaquid! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's my love! Oh my god! Hey! Hey! Jaquid! I was thinking about you earlier. I was thinking about you earlier. Yeah. Earlier. Yeah. I may or may not have went to your channel again. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah. But what you doing up right now? Wait. I don't know what time it is for you right now. I think you're like, did you have chat off? No. You see my screen right now? This is all I see. I don't have chat open. Yeah, this is all I see. Also, my stream is very delayed, mind you. This is an insane pause on his face right now. Look at this pause. Bro, look at his eyes. Oh my god. Bro, someone clip this. Use this as like a Discord meme. Like, someone sent a text, you're like, ah. I was thinking about you when I went to sleep and when I woke up. Bro, it's alright. Like if somebody sends like a diabolical text, you know, and you just send that. Oh, by the way, Jaquin, please do not replay. No, wait, no, not replay. No, please do not go to my last stream, bro. I crashed the wrong out. Also, if you're wondering what's happening, welcome to my real first ever PC stream. Let's go. Are you excited? I finally got it working. I got my OBS studio working. I fought with the mic all last stream, but we got it working. It's done now. I can finally 100% stream like this all the time on my PC. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, bro. We finally got it. Oh my god, stop. Stop. Alright. Yeah, bro, we finally got it. Anyways, if you're wondering what's happening, like I told you, I really want to, like, you know, have, like, deep conversations with y'all and, like, react to, you know, like, what people are saying and, like, philosophy and stuff like that, and have my own opinion and kind of be inspirational to y'all and explain my opinion, see if I can ever help y'all with something of mine that I'm saying, you know? So, Joe Bart is talking about why he does not believe in God. I was watching this with Caitlin a few days ago, and I never finished it, and I really wanted to watch this again, and, you know, just holy crap, bro, what is this face? Boing, 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 nom nom nom, boing, 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 up the nose, boing, 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 nom nom nom, boing, boing, nom nom nom, boing, boing. Alright, bro, my ADHD, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. Bow, 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 bow. Okay. Alright. I don't know. I guess I'm just excited that Marcy's here. Sorry, chat. Anyways, yeah. So, freak you, Mr. Activate Windows. Did y'all see it say activate Windows too? Does it say that? It says activate Windows on my screen. Y'all saw that? It say that for y'all. Alright, whatever. Nah, it's really giving dear old trick-or-treaters. We're coming back. I'm coming back for that. I didn't get it last year, but I'm coming back this year. Or something like that. Also, have you got Tia yet? Have you got Tia yet? I swear gosh, bro. I swear gosh, man. Getting on my bro, I can't say it. Nerverandu. I'm excited you're here too. Yeah. Bow. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this. I'm not gonna be able to look at chat though. For 1 second. Hold on, I'm gonna actually take a screenshot of this. Holy crap, bro. Someone clip this, please. Hold on. I ain't beat it up last year. I'm gonna beat it up this year. Anyways, chat. Hold on, let me go back. So, yeah, I'm gonna just be like reacting to stuff, and yeah, but like I had of watched this with Caitlin, but I never finished it, and I knew like he made some very pretty good points and some pretty bad points that would go really good with me reacting to on stream. And now that I can finally do that, I really want to. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. If you just want to watch, I said, twin frick no, I'm married. Wait, wait. I'm excited you're here too, dear old trick or treaters. I'm coming back for that. If I didn't get that all last year, then I'm getting then this year getting smashed. Oh my God! Guess what's in Christian? Yeah, he literally asked me out again yesterday. I said, twin frick no, I'm married. Okay, okay. That's gotta feel so good to say though. Frick no, I'm married. Alright, chat. I'm gonna play it. You're married to two people. How does that feel? There's only one person I want to be married to though. They low key might be in here right now. So I guess it's not as good as you think it would be. Low key. Alright, no. Okay, I'm joking. Alright. But yeah, I paused it for a reason though. So he's talking about like souls or whatnot. Wait, I'm gonna have to replay that. Oh wait, I know why. Okay, we can't afford not to believe in God. That's what I wanted to say. We can't afford not to believe in God. I mean, that's something that my dad's told me since I was 2 years old, probably whenever I was even in the womb, is that we can't afford not to believe in God. And let me tell you why. I have my own particular opinion on it. I forget exactly. I'm getting ready for school. Oh my god, bro. Bro. You can't just like skip school today? Bro. Whatever. Okay, anyways. So, like, we can't afford not to believe in God because, as I said earlier, we are automatically born with 60% of the flesh, which is consumed by 70% of the seven deadly sins. So we are already formed into evil. We are already evil, right? So this world is a very evil world, and everyone knows that. This world is very evil. And a lot of people actually don't want to have kids because they don't want to bring them into this kind of world, which is horrible. And truthfully, if there really is no religion and there's no God, then that means that all this is a bunch of horrible, horrible human beings that took advantage of what they got and chose to do the worst decision with it. And no matter how hard you try, and no matter how many rules you make, they'll still continue to do it. And because of that, everyone would hate this world, and everyone would think it is wrong and pure evil to have a child in this evil world. No one would have children. Because of that, everyone would continue dying as much as they would, except no one would be being born. Hundreds of thousands of people die a year. And then people would start committing suicide. Next thing you know, give it 10 years and there'll be only so many humans left on this planet. And that we can't afford not to believe in God. Because if there is no God, then there's no point to live. Right? No one would want to live. So he's talking about, like, souls and whatnot, and he can't believe that, souls go to places. So then there's no point to living. Think about it. If we're here and then we're gone, and a in a heartbeat and a blink of an eye, just here and gone. Whether you did something good with your life, did something bad, did something productive, wasted your life, doesn't matter, because in the end, you're here, you're not. Whether you regret it or you don't regret it, you never get a second chance, and you're just gone. The only people that we remember is, people from way back then, like George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, the Albert Einstein, I Have a Dream guy, all them people, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley. I mean, we remember these people, but that's rare. That's like a once in a lifetime kind of thing, Wait, wish, I'm sorry, we are? Okay, yep, message retracted. What's good? Cool. Alright, calendar, yeah. Anyways, so, wait, I forgot what I was gonna say now. I think that was basically it. But if we really have no soul, we're evil people. If we have no soul, we're just a creature with no spiritual mind to guide us. And the only guide we have is the evil that we're consumed by. And if there's no God, as he says, then this world is just a horrible place, and we would all die, and should die, and want to die. with a world that comes with as much bad as it does, it comes with as much good. But we all know that no one sees the good, and they always see the bad. You can say I love you to someone 20 times, but then the one time you say I hate you, they don't say, oh my god, I love you too. They say, oh my god, why? To the I hate you. What did I do? What freaked you to that? Because people only acknowledge the bad out of the good. So in a good and bad world, people only notice the bad, but not the good. So we'd all die. He has a belief that we do not have souls and that there is no God. And I respect his belief, but I just want to say I do feel bad for some people that truly 100% believe that way, because that must really suck to believe that we are just the most evilest beings in the entire world. This world is horrible. There's no reason to be here, and you should just die. That is a really horrible thing to believe, and I do feel bad for those. And I don't mean it like that, as in they're wrong or idiots or they're disabled people, disoriented. I'm just saying, like, I just feel bad that is your mindset, because you could have any kind of mindset, but you choose to believe that we are just pure evil. There's no point, and we should all die. But instead of dying, you continue to tell everyone else why they should die, because they believe that themselves should die, but they won't kill themselves. Because we're afraid to die, and that's our soul telling us not to die, but they just won't face that. God is the only man in the world, besides Jesus, who can know the knowledge of good and evil and only commit good. Satan chose to wander upon the path of good and learn of the knowledge of evil and commit evil to learn upon that knowledge, allowing him to be stricken down to be the god of evil and immediately being consumed by 100% evil and staying that way forever as Satan. Right? So, my dad is kind of learning something new a little bit. I mean, it's been a good bit on this, but is learning something, slightly new, my dad's new theory, kind of like analogy thing or belief, is that, because you gotta think about this, after the rapture, Zen, I gotta go soon. Are you gonna rewatch stream whenever you come back if I'm not streaming? Hold on, I got a text by Caitlin. You hear this, right? Okay, well, never mind then. I'll just go back to YouTube. There are trick-or-treaters. I'm coming back for that ad. If I didn't get that ad last year, we get all getting smashed. Then I gotta go soon. I can if you want, but like, can you stream when I get home? Sure. Stop retracting your message, Dudesky. Yeah. When God has the rapture, is what's gonna happen. Is I think it is Jesus is gonna place a castle on earth. Wait, no. After the rapture, on earth, I think we're gonna have. I think God's gonna let the devil out. There's gonna be mayhem. Wait. I swear. Wait, it was like. Nah, because it's like a couple thousand year long evolutionary. After the rapture, what does God do? Because if I'm correct, isn't it something like he brings his palace onto earth, and then there's like some story where there's like 1,000 years of peace, and then he lets Satan out, and then there's like more time after that, and he lets him out one more time, and then locks him away forever. Like how's he go again?
That's a particular interpretation of prophetic texts. Many Christian traditions believe the rapture is followed by a period called the Great Tribulation, and then the second coming of Christ. The idea of a 1,000-year reign, known as the millennium, is significant, often seen as a time of peace and direct rule by God. The part about Satan being released and then locked away again is also a feature in some beliefs. Is there a specific part you'd like to explore further?
Okay, so what's the full storyline there?
The full storyline can vary depending on the specific theological viewpoint, but a common narrative involves the rapture of believers, followed by the 7-year tribulation, which includes various judgments. This culminates with the second coming of Christ, leading to the millennium, the 1,000-year period of peace. After this, Satan is briefly released before a final judgment and the establishment of a new heaven and earth. Is there any part?
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, Gemini isn't into the religion, gender, gay, none of that. He's genuinely just like translucent on absolutely freaking everything. So that's why he's talking about religion like that. But anywho, so that's how it's gonna work. We're gonna have the rapture, and the rapture is gonna last for 7 years until Christ comes again. When that happens, we're gonna have peace on earth for 1,000 years. 1,000 years of peace on earth. And then, I believe it is, God is gonna let Christ. No. Christ or God is gonna let Satan run free for like 2 seconds, and then that's it. Somewhere in there we get the Antichrist. How does the Antichrist come in there? Hold on. Wait. Frick. Dang it. I don't have the full story. It's like if you give me like a head start on the full story, I know the full story, but I'm somehow forgetting it. Wait, and where does the Antichrist fit into the story as well?
The Antichrist is often a key figure in the tribulation period, typically described as a powerful political and spiritual leader who opposes Christ and deceives many. In some interpretations, they rise to power during the tribulation, and their defeat is associated with the second coming. Does that clarify things?
Wait, what? Wait. Okay, so you're saying that we have the 7-year rapture of just chaos, and then the second coming is when Christ comes again with the people that's left, and they live for 1,000 years after that in peace, and then God lets out the devil one last time and then locks him away forever? I don't see how the Antichrist fits. Or am I getting that misunderstood?
There's a distinction between the rapture and the tribulation in many views. The rapture is seen as the removal of believers, and the tribulation is the period of chaos and persecution, often believed to last 7 years. The Antichrist plays a major role during this tribulation, opposing God and leading many astray. The second coming happens after the tribulation, initiating the 1,000-year reign.
What? Wait. I'm still not. No, that does not clarify because I'm still not getting it. You're not making any sense. You're bad at explaining things. Like, what is the exact time period and when these events happen, and how do they lead off from one another, bro? You're just giving me chunks and bits and pieces to put together by myself.
I understand. The exact timing and order can be complex and debated. A common framework is first the rapture, where believers are taken. Second, the 7-year tribulation, which includes the rise of the Antichrist and significant distress. Third, the second coming of Christ, which ends the tribulation. Fourth, the millennium, 1,000 years of peace and direct rule.
What?
And finally,
Wait. How does the Antichrist pull up during the rapture if the rapture is already chaos? We know this. With the rapture, the believers go to heaven, and then the non-believers are like, "Oh my God, ah!" And everyone just goes crazy, and it's the purge for God knows how long. So how does the Antichrist, the dude who's supposed to say God's lying, if everyone already says God's lying?
I see the confusion. The Antichrist isn't present during the rapture itself, but emerges during the tribulation period that follows. The chaos is partly due to the
What is the tribulation period? Gang, you're not giving me any detail here at all.
The tribulation period is described as a 7-year period of intense global distress, conflict, and persecution. In this time, the Antichrist gains power, leading to significant challenges for humanity.
Wait, no, I know what he's talking about. I forgot. Wait. That's what happens. The Antichrist isn't the guy who says, "Hey, Jesus sucks." The Antichrist is the guy who says, "I'm God, let's stop war." Oh my God, he was the fraud, not the villain. I forgot about that. That's why I had the whole story mixed up, because I got the Antichrist on. Hey.
I got my friend Dana here. You know the real pretty one?
Who?
The real pretty one?
I don't know who that is. Oh, hey. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You like it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going good.
Kylie, she's got a little bit left. She's like crazy right now on it.
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
about three. She said she only did 3 or 4 chapters today. She's trying to get through with it. She hates it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hold on, Jai. Bro, what is Jai? Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
You ate yours, son?
No, sir.
The one to be tipped to yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is it? I signed up for it, but for Walmart?
Anyways. Anyways, chat. I completely forgot, mind you, that the Antichrist isn't the guy who's going to say Christ is horrible. It's the guy who's going to say, I'm Christ, let's stop war. Okay, what? How does this story go again? Okay, I'm sorry, I had the Antichrist thing mixed up. I understand now. So how does the story go exactly again? Please and thank you.
No problem at all. The general narrative, in simple terms, is that the story begins with the rapture, where believers are taken. This leads to the tribulation, a time of global distress and the rise of the Antichrist. After that, the second coming of Christ occurs, followed by the millennium, 1,000 years of peace, and finally, a final judgment. Is that clearer?
Okay. So, let me just get this straight. So, the rapture happens, and everyone goes insane for 7 years. Then, the Antichrist pulls up and says, Hey, I'm God. Stop the war. But then the real God pulls up and says, Nuh-uh, I'm God. How you like them apples? So then, we have 1,000 years of peace. But then God lets out Satan for a split second and then locks him up forever.
That's a specific way to put it. The chaos is more about the upheaval and tribulation than everyone going insane. The Antichrist is a deceiving figure, not necessarily claiming to be God directly, but opposing him. And the 1,000 years of peace are part of the millennium before Satan is briefly released and then finally dealt
Bro,
with.
you're not explaining this well, bro. You're saying, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. I'm getting no detail, no description. Like, I have no idea what's happening.
That clearer?
It's not clear. I have no idea what's happening.
Apologies. I'll try to be more detailed. The tribulation is a specific period of intense suffering and upheaval predicted in certain prophecies, often thought to last 7 years. During this time, the Antichrist emerges to deceive and persecute, bringing great challenges to the world. The second coming of Christ cuts short this period, leading to the millennium, 1,000 years of peace before final judgment. Is that breakdown clearer?
I might be gay for this, but I'm genuinely still confused.
It's understandable. It's a complex subject with many different interpretations. Let's break it down one more time. The sequence generally goes 1. The rapture, believers are removed from the world. 2. The tribulation, a 7-year period of hardship and persecution where the Antichrist gains prominence.
I just don't understand how people wouldn't know that that's the Antichrist after all this, bro. I feel like everyone knows now at this point, even like Muslims and whatnot.
As a matter of fact, the Apostle Paul warned us of this very thing in Acts chapter 20,
Oh wait, I'm supposed to be streaming. My fault. Alright, what were we doing? I kinda wanna play half sword. I don't know, bro. Are y'all? Y'all might not want to watch this. I don't know. I might get demonetized if I play this, cause this is brutal game, bro. Like a brutal game. I might get demonetized. I don't know though. I guess I'll go with this one because I don't want to get demonetized. We're going with gentle. The weakest one, so there's the least amount of brutality. But I'll do it in free mode though. And I'll go to settings and yeah. Let's pain. There we go. I don't even know if I did anything because I can't see what's happening. I can win this with nothing in my inventory. Watch this. Okay, I'm gonna end stream.